Time for the official weigh-in. Let's see where we're at. .301.8. Not terrible compared to where we were, but not where we want to be. Hey guys, had kind of a rough night last night. Woke up, weighed myself. I was actually up a few pounds instead of down a few pounds like I had hoped. And I also checked the leaderboard and I'm currently 7th. So I still think there's light at the end of the tunnel. Let's get into it. All right, first things first, let's figure out where we're at. So we are on Roberts Drive, which is exactly where we want to be. We're currently at Wildcat Park. You can see the little dot on the map there. And so what we want to do is we want to head south. I realize this event really didn't start until just a few days ago. But still, being 7th on the leaderboard is not great. So let's come in here, start capturing some territory. And our goal here is to head down Roberts Drive all the way down here and then cut over, I think, where Peeler Road is, just about there. Remember that thing says Georgia Atlas. So let's start capturing and see where we get out for this bike ride. And my hope is that this bike ride will burn off a lot of the excess glucose that I'm producing, because I'm not in ketosis, I assume, right? So after I get back from this bike ride, before I eat anything else, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna prick my finger and I'm gonna take a blood glucose reading and a keto reading. I use a little machine called a Keto Mojo that it requires 2 strips, but the same device will give you both answers. So in that regard, it's really kind of a neat little piece of equipment. For glucose reading only, it would be better to have continuous monitoring set up. But since I don't currently have that, pricking my finger is the best thing. So at any rate, we're gonna do that. I'm gonna do that on video, and we're just gonna take a look at exactly where my glucose level is and where my ketone levels are. And because I'm gaining weight all of a sudden, my guess is the glucose is way up and the ketones are way down. But we'll prove that fact. So I have not eaten today. So we're gonna see how this is. So we'll take this guy and we will prick my finger, okay? And then we'll try to get just a little bit of blood to come up. And then we'll wipe that away. And then we'll get a little more blood to come up. You need something that's kind of like a matchstick head size, so that's probably okay. Let's see if that'll do it for it. Okay. What do we get? You are not in GKI ketosis. So glucose 102, ketones 0.4. So not great. I want this thing way over here. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a really decent keto dinner. So I'm going to make spare ribs. So in order to spend more time on the bike, especially this time of year, which is springtime in Atlanta, absolutely beautiful, it's valuable to kind of prep dinner beforehand so you don't have a lot to do when you get home. They say that cooking at home is one of the best things you can do for your health. Something like this. These spare ribs go on sale all the time, at least near me. And it's just an amazing thing that you can put in a crock pot and have done in no time at all. We're gonna get back on the train and get back to losing weight again, right? That's all you can do. Now we'll obey the speed limit here. Actually, if I put it in pedal assist 4, it'll keep me at 25 miles an hour. I've got my pedal assist levels set up so each one equates to a certain speed, which is useful and usually coincides with what we want to do. Now, because I'm going downhill, and if I'm really start pedaling hard, you know, I will be able to exceed the speed limit, right? But the bike's not helping me do that. It's just my pedaling that's doing that, right? So I got to tell you guys this story. My wife and I are checking out at a Kroger, our local grocery store, and you know, the guy's ringing up our items, and he drops the cheese trying to, you know, put it in the bag, taking it off the conveyor and put it in the bag, and he hits his thumb, and he's like, "Ow!" And my wife, without missing a beat, she says, "Look out, that's sharp cheddar." So hopefully you guys can see this. I'll try to put up the screen capture from the phone as well, but let me just walk you through kind of what happened here and what we're doing. So it says that I got 5.32 square miles, right? So my total distance, 10.12 miles, sounds about right. Total duration, you know, 64 minutes, and an average pace. I mean, none of this is groundbreaking. There is a limit, a 2-hour limit to the total capture, so you can't capture longer than that. And I use this little keep screen on because I like to see what I'm doing while I'm riding. It's perfectly fine to put the app in the background. It'll still track you, and you can just turn that, if you turn that off after, you know, your normal phone just, you know, goes to sleep or whatever. If you turn that on, it'll keep your phone just sitting there like I like it. Does obviously burn a lot of battery, but you know, for an hour ride or so, it's not bad. So if I go back here and I look at this, you can see, let me see here. So with the switching between the north up and so that's north up and that's heading up. So with the heading up, you have to zoom with your fingers, and if you just zoom or pinch, you know, in or out, it's great. But if you move the map, it'll automatically return to north up mode. So sometimes I have a hard time when I'm riding pinching that correctly. But this way, you basically have this ability to zoom in and zoom out with these buttons. So I don't know why it's not like that on the other one, but anyway, that's the difference in those two. But you can see that's not a circle, but it's pretty close. You know, that's how to capture a lot of territory. So let's go ahead and say pause. Once you've paused it, then you can either resume capture or you can finish capture. So if I said resume, it would just, you know, keep going like nothing. And then finish capture will actually, you know, end my capture and accept it. And you can see here the March Mayhem e-bike raid that I'm currently participating in. So I'm going to say finish capture. And so here you have two options. One option is you can either claim the territory that you just captured or you can abandon it. So yesterday I took several captures, and one of them I screwed up. So at the end, I just left in the car and drove home. And so it just kept recording. Well, if you do that accidentally, you can just abandon your quest, and it's no harm, no foul. So what you guys can see now is when I said claim territory, now it showed me that territory. All right, we are almost back to the truck. So we'll bid you guys a fond farewell. Until next time. Thank you for watching Adventure Tread, and I will see you on the map.